Ah yes, Windstruck. I remember when this movie first came out in 2004, it was instantly hyped. In fact, it was known to many as the prequel to My Sassy Girl. Some even said it's even better than My Sassy Girl. But is the movie overhyped? Let's find out. The movie starts off with a police officer played by Jun Ji-hyun named Yo Kyung-jin. One day she is in hot pursuit of a purse snatcher. Meanwhile, in the same area, a high school physics teacher played by Jang-hyuk, Go Myung-woo, sees this crime and also is in hot pursuit of the same purse snatcher. The thief, being in hot pursuit by two people now, quickly realizes his dire straits, throws the purse out, and just runs off. Myung-woo recovers the purse and looks through the contents to see like everything is there. He's about to return it back to the rightful owner, but when Kyung-jin sees him, he thinks that he's stealing the purse and quickly arrests him on the spot. Shortly after the confusion is cleared, the truth is revealed, and the two slowly start to fall in love with each other. As you can see, just from the first 10 minutes of this film, it has director jae-young's fingerprints all over this movie. Guy happens to meet girl in a weird circumstance, and they start to slowly fall in love. So now we'll be comparing Windstruck to My Sassy Girl in some aspects. Since the two are made by the same director, they follow the same formula in a lot of ways, and it was supposed to be the spiritual successor to My Sassy Girl. So the first half of the film is very romantic comedy-ish. It's very lovey-dovey, it's very cute, it shows the progressing relationship of Kyung-jin and Myung-woo. It's basically your standard romantic comedy with that My Sassy Girl twist to it. The second half of the movie is a lot more serious and sad. In fact, that's one of the big complaints that I have about this movie. Ooh, the complaints. I know there's gonna be a lot of haters that hate this already. And here's one of the complaints of this movie. The first half is very romantic comedy. The second half is very serious, but there was really no transition to connect the first half to the second half of the movie. It felt very, very jarring. Which brings me up to an even more pressing point. This movie crammed in so many genres. Actually, if you look up this movie genre, like on IMDb or another movie site, you'll probably see this movie listed under 4 genres, like action, romance, comedy, drama. The reason why you'll see this is because director jae-young tried to get overly ambitious. He actually tried to cram 5 genres in this movie. Kyung-jin is a police officer. You'll see some scenes that will just come out from a Dirty Harry movie. You'll see shooting, stabbings, chasings, criminals, fighting. In fact, Windstruck, for a romantic comedy movie at its core, is pretty violent. I remember this one scene where a bullet was fired, goes through someone's head, out the other, and you see the camera zooming in on the blood and gushing in the bullet hole. It's pretty disturbing, actually, to say the least. Especially when you watch this movie as a date movie, and that's one of just the biggest problems of this movie. It just adds way too many genres, and it makes people bewildered and like, what am I really watching? This is not what I expect from a romantic comedy movie. And when you kill a person's expectation of the genre they're watching, they slowly lose interest, because when they come to watch a certain movie, they expect certain elements, certain styles, certain themes. And Windstruck, for better or worse, throws that added convention to be original, but also get people confused. And while some of you might say, well, My Sassy Girl had a lot of themes too, subgenres such as time travel, love and relationships, traditional dating versus modern dating. It also had dreams of the girl wanting to be a kung fu wuxia martial arts director. However, My Sassy Girl tied all those themes up, and it was still at its core a romantic comedy. Windstruck, you really don't know what the core of the movie is, even during the first half. I'd like to still say it's a romantic comedy movie, but with all the genres it mixes up, I'm just not sure. And that will leave a lot of viewers wondering just what are we watching? So the second half of the movie, without giving any spoilers away, is very emotional, serious, and sad. Director jae-young used a lot of emotional scenes, but rather than spread them all out to have maximum impact, he actually put them one after the other. So like, while you're recovering from the first emotional impacted scene, you get hit already with the second one. It actually really cheapens the second half. Like, you feel sad, then you get hit with another sad event, and you're just like, okay, this is too much overload. Like, the emotional scenes happening one after the other in your face, you don't feel as close to the characters anymore as you did in the first half. In fact, I think the movie suffers from the My Sassy Girl curse itself, because I felt a lot of fans wanted to see a My Sassy Girl 2, but director jae-young and his writers said, let's make something similar to My Sassy Girl, but not completely the same. But I felt with the curse there, he tried to like make the movie way too much like My Sassy Girl, which at the end falls flat on its face. I will say this though, there are some good parts about the movie. Jun Ji-hyun does a pretty good job acting as the female romantic lead, not as a cop. I can't really take her police officer acting seriously, but she does a great job as usual as a romantic lead. As for Jang-hyuk, some of you guys might know him from Volcano High. He does a good job of playing the boyfriend. In fact, he reminds me a lot of Tae-hyun in a lot of ways, and I think that's what what the writers were going for. His facial expressions were funny, but I think he had a little bit more personality than Tae-hyun in My Sassy Girl. Tae-hyun was there just to take the abuse. But in Windstruck, he had more of a personality. He was actually bantering and talking more with the girl. The OST in this movie, like My Sassy Girl, is awesome. As for the ending, it pays a homage to My Sassy Girl fans. While some people might say that that ending wasn't needed or wasn't a true prequel to the My Sassy Girl movie, it was still pretty cool to see. So what did I think of Windstruck? I actually enjoyed this movie. I actually liked Jun Ji-hyun's acting in this movie. I liked Jun Hyuk's acting in the movie. I liked the first half of the movie, not so much the second half. But I hate to say it, guys, and this is gonna bring out a lot of the Windstruck supporters, a lot of haters here. I do think this movie is overrated. I do not think this movie is as good as My Sassy Girl, not by a long shot. I think it's a cool companion piece to the movie. I think it's good for Jun Ji-hyun's career. It was a good movie for her to do. I would say the movie was brought down by the scatterbrainness of all the genres happening. The movie essentially being two films, and the My Sassy Girl curse. It felt like the film not only had to live up to the 2001 hit, but it also had to live up to all the My Sassy Girl tropes, styles, and themes. So watch this movie if you're a fan of Jun Ji-hyun and you can't get enough of her. If you guys like this video and want to learn more about Asian film, please subscribe to our channel. And if you want to get more movie suggestions, please subscribe to our email list below. You can get a free book called 108 Asian Movies to Watch. I hope you guys enjoyed our review of Windstruck, and until next time, we'll see you in the next video.